Hello listeners, it's story time again. Today's story is about the strong friendship between two men. Listen and you'll hear how one of these men was ready to give up his life for his friend's sake.
Long, long ago, there lived on the island of Sicily two young men named Damon and Pythias. They were known far and wide for their strong friendship each had for the other. Their names have come down to our own time to mean true friendship. You may hear of two persons. Those two, why, they're like Damon and Pythias. The king of the country was a mean ruler. He made mean laws and he showed no mercy towards anyone who broke his laws. Now you might very well wonder, why didn't the people fight? Well, the people didn't dare fight because the fear of the king's great and powerful army. No one dared set a word against the king or his laws, except Damon and Pythias. One day, a king overheard Pythias speaking against a new law the king had made.
Ho there, who are you that dare speak so about our king?
I am called Pythias.
Don't you know that they can't speak against the king or his laws? You're under arrest. You're under arrest. Come and tell the opinions of what the king say.
When Pythias was brought before the king, he showed no fear. He stood straight and quiet before the throne.
So Pythias, tell me you do not approve the laws I make.
I am not a law, your majesty, and your laws are mean, but you rule the people with such an iron hand that they dare not complain.
But you have the daring to complain for them. Have they appointed you their champion?
No, your majesty, I speak myself alone. I have no wish to make trouble for anyone, but I am not afraid to tell you that the people are suffering under your rule. They want to have a voice in making the laws for themselves. You do not allow them to speak up for themselves.
In other words, you are calling me mean? Well, you shall learn for yourself how I treat a troublemaker. Soldier, throw this man into prison. At once, your majesty, don't under this, Pythias.
I know better than trying to resist a soldier of the king, and for how long I remain in prison, your majesty, merely for speaking out for the people?
Not for very long, Pythias. 2 weeks from today at noon, you shall be put to death in the public square, as an example to anyone else who may dare question my laws or acts. Off to prison with them, soldier.
When David heard that his friend Pythias had been thrown into prison and the bad punishment that was to follow, he was heartbroken. He went to the prison and begged the guard to let him speak for his friend.
Oh, Pythias, how terrible to find you here. I wish I could do something to save you.
Nothing can save me, Damon, my dear friend. I am prepared to die, but there is one thought that troubles me greatly.
What is it? I'll do anything. Wait. I'm worried about what will happen to my mother and sister. What is it? I'll do anything to help you.
I am worried about what will happen to my mother and sister while I'm gone.
I'll take care of them, Pythias, as they were my own mother and sister.
Thank you, Damon. I have money to leave them, but there are other things I must arrange. If only I could go see even pure or die. But he lives 2 days away from here, you know.
I'll go to the king and beg him to give you freedom for a few days. You will give your word to return at the end of that time. Everyone in Sicily knows you for a man has never broken his word.
Do you believe for one moment that the king would let me leave this prison no matter how good my word may have been all my life?
I'll tell him that I shall take your place in this prison cell. I'll tell him that if you do not return by the appointed day, he may kill me in your place.
No, Damon, you must not do such a foolish thing. I cannot. I will not let you do this. Damon, don't go.
Your Majesty, I beg of you to let Pythiaspt go home for a few days, to bid farewell of his mother and sister. He gives his word that he will return at your appointed time. Everyone knows that his word can be trusted.
In ordinary business affairs, perhaps, but he is now a man under sentence of death. To free him even for a few days would strain his honesty. Any man's honesty too far. Pythiaspt would never return here. I could consider him a traitor, but I'm certain he's no fool.
Your Majesty, I'll take his place in the prison until he comes back. If he does not return, then you may take my life in his place.
What did you say, Damon?
I'm so certain of Pythiaspt that I'm offering to die in his place, if he fails to return on time.
I can't believe you mean it.
I do mean it, Your Majesty.
You make me very curious, Damon, so curious that I'm willing to put you and Pythiaspt to the test. This exchange of prisoners will be paid, but Pythiaspt must be back 2 weeks from today at noon.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
The order with my official seal shall go by our hand, Damon, but I warn you, if your friend does not return on time, you shall surely die in this place. I shall show no mercy.
Pythiaspt did not like the king's bargain with Damon. He did not like to leave his friend in prison with the chance that he might lose his life if something went wrong. But at last Damon begged him to leave, and Pythiaspt set out for his home. More than 2 weeks went by. The day set for the death sentence drew near. Pythiaspt did not return. Everyone in the city knew of the condition on which the king had permitted Pythiaspt to go home. Everywhere people met, the talk was sure to turn to the two friends.
Do you suppose Pythiaspt will come back?
Still, why should he stick his head under the king's axe once he's
Still, would a good man like Pythiaspt would let such a good friend die for him?